Hey there, I'm digital anchor Brandy Smith. The groundbreaking film that was Moulin Rouge is now a musical. It's on a national tour, and of course, it's making a stop in Houston at the Hobby Center. Included in the cast is a Houston native. I got to talk to Jordan Fife Hunt about what it means to bring this show back home.
Being from here and having my family still here, it's like really, really exciting to have an opportunity for my family and my close friends to come and see me in the show, in a show like this massive, and we're at a really amazing venue at the Hobby Center. So, which is like a place that I would go and see shows. And so it's like just really, really exciting. And it feels like a really big, cool homecoming.
Does it feel like there's any extra pressure because so many people here?
If I were new to the show and if I hadn't had a lot of performances under my belt, yes, there would be a lot of pressure. But I've been on tour with the show now for a year. I'm a swing and I cover 9 people in the show. So, and I've gone on stage for all 9 of them now at this point. So, those things considered, it feels like there's a little less pressure. Like, obviously, I'm going to just be very excited knowing that my family's in the audience for me and my friends are in the audience for me. But that always just gives me so much extra energy.
Let's talk about being a swing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got to be one of the hardest roles because you have to know, like you said, 9 different parts.
Yeah, it is a really hard job and kind of a weird job because you never know what your day at work is going to be. You show up to the theater, maybe you're not on stage that day. So maybe you're going to, watch the show or hang out in the dressing room. Maybe you have a rehearsal during the show for something that needs to be worked on with maybe someone who's new. Maybe you're on stage for a role you haven't done very many times. Maybe you're on stage for multiple tracks, like we're in a split track show because we have too many people out, then we have people to cover them. So it can range from the most relaxed day at work ever to the most intense, stressful, like you got to be on 150% day at work.
I assume that's where your experience comes in. You have been in a lot of productions. Tell me about your journey to get to the point where you're in this national tour.
Well, I went to the High School for Performing and Visual Arts in Houston. I went to HSPVA. I spent 2 years in the theater department and then 2 years in the dance department. And I graduated in the dance department. So I got incredible training there. And then from there, I went on to Boston Conservatory and I majored in musical theater there. So then I got amazing training there. And then moved to New York right after that, and then just started doing it. I did a really big first national tour right out of school, and then have done some shows at encores in New York, and then a lot of regional theater, and then now this tour now is just really, really fun and really amazing. And yeah, the experience definitely comes into play. This is my first job as a swing, however, so that is a new experience for me on this job, and an experience I'm really glad to have had and to be having.
Let's talk about Moulin Rouge, because I think so many of us are familiar with the movie, obviously.
Yes.
What is the musical experience like on stage?
That's such a good question. I like to say that both of them know what they are, and both of them are very good at being what they are, because they do feel different. When the musical really feels like a musical, and it's very true to the musical format, which makes it play really, really well as a musical. The film was so revolutionary at its time. No one had seen anything like that. And Baz Luhrmann created such saturated colors and gritty images and weird camera angles and just a bunch of things, and sped up motion, just all these different things that nobody had seen put together in that way before, that created such a quirky, weird, gritty world, which worked so well in the movie, whereas the musical feels very high gloss, very chic, very sexy, very clean looking, very bright and in your face. It's got a very different aesthetic but both of them are very, committed to what they are, and they both work as what they are. And they both feel in the same world enough, like more than enough, of course, that like if you come to the musical and you're a fan of the movie, you're going to get enough of what you're expecting, but you're also going to get so much of what you weren't expecting in a really good way, if that makes sense.
It absolutely does. That's actually what I was going to ask next. So fans will get another layer of enjoyment out of coming to see it on stage. That's really cool.
Yes. I mean, like, just as an example, all of the musical mashups that work so well in the movie, there's a taste of those and a hint of those in the musical, but now there's new music added. There's Lady Gaga and Sia and all of these like artists that have had their hits after 2001 when the movie came out, that now those songs are folded into the show and drive the narrative the way that the musical mashups that were in the movie did, but they do it in a whole new way that's like fresh for this generation's ears, which is really cool and exciting.
I can't wait to see it. When you get back home, is there anything on your to-do list, like the priorities when you come back home?
Really the main thing that I'm going to do is spend time with my family, spend time with my mom and my brother and his wife and my stepmom and my stepdad, my cousins, my aunts. I'm going to just hang out. And the time that I'm not working, I'm really just going to soak it up with my family, because being in the theater industry and in showbiz in general, like you miss a lot of life events because you're so committed to the projects you're doing and auditions and the hustle of it all. And, to have a chance to be in Houston for 3 weeks, it's just such a gift. So I'm going to really just sit on the couch with my family.
I love that. Was there anything else that you want folks to know about Moulin Rouge?
Come and see us. We are so excited to be in Houston. It's a really, really good time. Definitely, if you're looking for something fun to do with your date, it's a really good date cred to bring your date to Moulin Rouge. So highly suggest it.
Jordan, thank you so much for your time.
You're so welcome.
If you're looking for information about showtimes and tickets, we've got it for you on khou.com.